With a scrapped idea for Bray Wyatt revealed and Jon Moxley noting how he was depressed over WWE's booking, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report for October 30th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and also follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. After getting into a verbal confrontation with Becky Lynch backstage following Smackdown last week, Charlotte Flair has been on the receiving end of heat behind the scenes. Speaking to Wrestling Inc., former WWE referee Jimmy Corderas compared this beef to the feud between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. I think in today's day and age, it is a rarity. It was a little more, I don't want to say it was frequent back in the day, but stuff like that happened. We know about the issues with Shawn and Bret, and there was one I was witness to after a match at Smackdown one day between Eddie and Kurt Angle, who got into it backstage before Big Show broke it up. It got physical. Sometimes things get heated. For whatever reason it is, whether it's ego, whether something happened in the match, whatever the case may be, something was said that wasn't supposed to be said. Now that Flair is the SmackDown Women's Champion, she is in a feud with Sasha Banks, as the outcome of their match should determine who faces the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch at Survivor Series. In regards to the reports on the issues with Lynch, Charlotte Flair has taken to Twitter to post a GIF acknowledging the rumors surrounding her. Speaking to DAZN about his return to pro wrestling, CM Punk was asked if it would have happened had AEW not been in existence. It's a great question, one I've actually thought about, but I don't think so. It happened at the right time, and timing is everything. There's a lot of stuff that I had to heal on my own. I'm happy AEW is around now because I really don't know if I'd have gone there sooner. I'm not so worried about the past. I'm not so worried about the future. I'm worried about the present. That's where I'm at now. I'm worried about the fans in the building, if they're having a good time, if they're going to tell their friends that they had a great time and they're going to come back next time. I want to make sure they're leaving with a giant smile on their face. While Punk has been criticized for not bringing in consistent ratings, he looks to continue proving himself in the ring for AEW. Former WWE and Impact Wrestling star Jazzy Gabert has fallen on hard times as she took to Instagram to tell fans that she is hopeful she will return to in-ring action following her hospitalization. It's all gone in a blink of an eye. This month I hit rock bottom. Literally, I'm in a hospital. Needed surgery, don't even ask. I had to give my puppy dog Lucy away for a few days till I'm out of the hospital, which makes me so sad. My car broke down beginning of the month, had to get a new one. Taxes guys send me a letter and somehow I had to pay rent too. The savings are gone now, thanks to the Rona. On top of that, I lost my day job just a week ago. It was supposed to give me some secure income, but once again, life showed me that there is no security. So in a blink of an eye, I lost my love, family, health, money, and job. I don't know how I end up in these situations again and again. I remember I've been here before, but you know what I also remember? After a great fall, great success come my way. So now I have time, and I will use my time to work on my health and body and mind. I will work on my serious project, make sure there will be a kick-ass show on February 20th of 2022. I have no idea how, but I will figure it out. So what is the moral of the story? Gratitude. Please be grateful for what you have right now. Your family, your job, your home, your passion, it could all be gone in a blink of an eye. On the Keeping It 100 podcast, Disco Inferno had harsh words for AEW star Jon Moxley. Disco got on a Mox for competing in violent matches and stated he has stepped down from the main event scene. Main eventers do not bleed all over the place with flashlights and light tubes. Any main eventer in any major company that you view as a main event talent definitely should not be doing that. Plus, he is not a main eventer. He was a world champion, so he has taken a step down. What are they doing? Put him in the main event and he is like more of a draw. Earlier this month, Moxley successfully defended the GCW title against Nick Gage in a death match, as we'll have to see if he takes part in more violent affairs going forward. Speaking to Chris Van Vliet, the latest signing for AEW, Tony Nese touched on the company first showing interest in bringing him in. It's been a blessing. I'm very happy. It's funny, I got invited to go to AEW. They were like, hey, we're in Orlando and we know you're in Orlando. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'd been there before during my 90-day non-compete just to hang out with my friends. I have tons of friends and people I have traveled with in that company. Everyone was super cool and super nice with me, and I think they liked me. But then they invited me to Orlando, and it was literally 10 minutes before they went live on the air. I got pulled aside and they were like, hey, would you be cool to sit out in the crowd and we just keep showing you on the camera? I'm like, yeah, sure, TV time, I'll take it. So I just sat out there. At first I was like, is the house low? Then he explained it to me and I'm like, that's awesome. From there, we got to discussing things and it was super cool how they treated me off the bat and brought me in as a star. I am so appreciative of that. Nese also mentioned those in AEW he can't wait to face off against. I mean, there are the obvious ones. You look at CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and Kenny Omega, but I can't wait to get back in the ring with Alex Reynolds, John Silver, and Ethan Page. These are guys I have wrestled on the independents. We hit off there and our chemistry was amazing. I can't wait to be able to have those matches we had in front of 100 people, but now in front of thousands. But it's an open field. One week I could be wrestling an extra, but the next it could be CM Punk. With him defeating Bobby Lashley at Crown Jewel, Goldberg talked to the CarCast about the WWE events in Saudi Arabia and responded to the negativity they have received. It was different, man. It was my fourth time in Saudi. Every time we go, there's seemingly a cloud of negativity, but I gotta tell you, from the first trip to this last trip, what the Crown Prince is trying to do and what he's actually doing is moving that country ahead exponentially. I don't want to say it's westernizing, but it's westernizing. It's truly giving them some freedom, and just the difference in women's presentation from the WWE from the first show to this last show. I mean, they didn't even let them wrestle on the first one. They didn't even have to cover up most of the time on the last trip. Whether it's Pitbull coming in the night before, whether it's 700,000 people at the event, this festival that they had the night before, or us going in twice in a year. I mean, they're really doing some cutting edge stuff, and he's bringing in entertainment throughout the world. It's an honorable gesture, I believe, and I think it's making the Middle East move in the right direction. Following his departure from WWE, Jon Moxley has made his presence felt in AEW, even winning the World Heavyweight title there. Speaking about the booking in WWE, Moxley talked about his upcoming book and noted that he was angry and depressed during that time. I had nothing even close to heat. I was one of the most popular performers in all of WWE, and now I was lost in the ring in front of confused or apathetic audiences. I was dead in the water, irreconcilable, a dog to be taken out back and shot, and I knew it. I was fully aware of it through every slow and excruciating second, yet my objections went ignored or refuted, like that movie where the guy is still awake but paralyzed during open heart surgery. If you sat through any of my segments on TV during this time frame, you know what I'm talking about, unless you blocked it from your memory. If you thought you were confused, imagine what it was like being me. Shoot, at least you had a remote control. I couldn't just turn the channel on my own life. I was in a living hell. Gee, it's fun reminiscing. I wasn't just depressed, I was angry. It's not like I don't like money. I don't want things to be this way. Why do they have to make it impossible? Why does everything have to be so stupid? They're really gonna make me walk away from all this money, aren't they? They can't just write one good angle. Let me cut one good promo. I can't believe it's come to this. There was a time I thought I'd be a lifer with WWE, but this whole place has gone mad, and I feel like I'm the only one who can see it. Bunch of MFers just playing violins while the ship sinks and Vince continues to lose his mind. F him. I'm just gonna go to Japan or something, I tell Renee while sipping on my third stiff drink. I'm telling you, April 30th, I'm done. I've been talking about leaving for months and my mind was long made up, but when I was in a bad mood or 3 drinks in, I would feel the need to reaffirm it for some reason, as if I suspected she didn't believe me. With him currently a part of the AEW World Title Eliminator Tournament, Moxley is looking to get his championship back. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.